Alright, I want to apologize, but I do have some audio differences. Sorry for yesterday. My recording system wasn't working, so I am now using my phone. But I don't have the picture of the person who asked me for this, but it I think was Faith DOS 1214, and she asked for another pharaoh bakugou part with no fluff. Oh, fluff and but fluff, but zero sadness and zero or scaredness. And but sorry, I did get a little carried away with some of it. I did put a past lover in this. Hopefully that is okay with you guys. But anyways, I hope you enjoy. A cold morning, being in such a warm blanket, and him waiting for his hot cocoa. His wife had shown it to him once, and ever since then, he has loved it too much. The warm touch on his tongue. It had been years since he's actually had a meal. It didn't matter what it tasted like or how hot or cold it was. He was glad to have something, even if it was just a drink. He didn't care at all. He cared was the little necklace around your neck. He knew wherever you went, heck, when he wanted to, he could listen into your conversations. He mostly did it at work, though, to make sure your boss wasn't no creep. Today, though, was your break for Christmas. It was 2 weeks before, and he never knew what Christmas was. He asked you so many times that it seemed like you were becoming pissed. Who could blame him? Christmas wasn't a thing when he ruled. He's seen the museum in bright colors and lights, but he didn't think that was Christmas. You gave it away, though, because he asked why they did it, and you told him. They hang up lights so Santa can see who believes in him. He didn't know who Santa was. But you'll tell him something sooner or later, even though. Okay, you're all-powerful ruler, you're hot cocoa, you said, placing it down next to him. Now sit, he spoke, and you did. Finally getting used to his act of being a ruler, you would giggle about it in your head. Instead of thinking of a king or a ruler, you thought of a child with an item that was mostly that item was mostly used in classrooms. But you didn't tell him that. It looked like he didn't like where you decided to sit, though, so he pulled you into his chest. You could hear his heartbeat. It was weird, not like any human heartbeat, but on course, not going as fast as it should be. Sometimes there was points in time where nothing could be heard. Are you going to turn that thing that shows moving pictures? He asked. Do you mean the TV? You asked as you grabbed the remote, picking your favorite show to watch. P.S. If you know the show, I love you because it's my favorite Christmas movie. Bakugou didn't understand it much. Why were people so cruel now? Yes, he did kill many people and made them work till their death, but he never threw a child's last thing of her mother's before she died into a fire. It reminded him of your boss in a way. As the movie went on, he couldn't help but feel pity for this child. Alone, no one in life, except for a dog. Wait, it was just like him. Being alone for so long, watching people as they came and gone. He couldn't die anymore, which means you would leave him someday, like everyone else. He hugged you tighter, and he heard your voice. Are you all right? He huffed. No. He could feel you hold onto his arms. It's okay. I've heard that pharaohs like you live for years to come. You don't have to worry. Didn't you guys believe in reincarnation? You asked him. Yes, he huffed. Well, when and if I die, you will find me, right? You asked him and then placed your hand on his cheek and kissed the other. Then he chuckled, "Or I can keep you like this forever." He started to tickle you, something he found to be quite enjoyable. Bakugou, please stop it. You laughed, trying to get him to stop tickling you. "No, never," he laughed. He then stopped. "I want that food that explodes in the warm box," he asked. "Do you mean popcorn?" You giggled at how he didn't know anything about this time period. "All right, I'll go get it for you," you said, getting up. He swears he saw your... Oh, I forgot to mention that he gets a little oof. He could see your chest. His face reddened. Things popped up into his head. He never had those thoughts before. Yeah, he had seen you in a shirt and underwear, but these ideas were much more of you without clothes. The way your skin felt against his, the way your body moved, it was heavenly to him. Did the gods do something to him? He had never felt love with anyone in his human life, before he was dead, of course. Maybe they did do something to him. His grandfather was always telling him how love was useless and that it was just a waste of time. But he didn't know any better. He was just a little boy. Now that he's older, he only wanted to find his true love, the one told in stories, the one who would be with him for the rest of your life. And he thinks that is you. You were the one that made his heart beat so much, like it could bring him back to life. He wished that you could have been with him all those decades before. Now he was dreaming of those days when he ruled. It was just hard, but time was harder. Now time was harder. Everyone could see him, and not just you. Bakugou, you yelled at him. "I have been trying to get your attention for like 5 minutes now." You continued to yell. Approximately it was 1. "God, Yin, I'm sorry, he huffed out. "I was just thinking about you," he quietly spoke. "What was that?" you asked, still a little pissed. "Nothing, all right, princess," he spoke, reddened in the face. "Well, here is your popcorn then. I'm going to take a shower," you spoke, leaving the room. He watched as you left, going to your room, then your bathroom. He got up, leaving the popcorn that you just made, and going to the kitchen, knowing you were going to make supper after your shower. He had never really cooked before, and he was not about to try and cook something. You would have yelled at him if he caught something on fire, or someone. He heard the door. You couldn't hear it, so it was up to him. He was in human clothes, but he never understood why he couldn't wear his other clothes. But he opened it, and the person on the other end looked confused. "What do you want?" Bakugou asked. Does Yin still live here?" Or the person asked. "Yes, she's in the shower." Bakugou spoke calmly, but a bit of an angry tone. "It's none of your business. And who even are you? Her I'm her husband," Bakugou spoke in such a more angrier tone. "What? It's only been 2 months, he yelled. "What the hell is going on in here?" a voice said from behind. Bakugou knew who it was. They looked at you, still in a bath towel. "It's been 2 months, Yin, and you're married?" he yelled at you. Bakugou couldn't take this asshole anymore. But then you spoke out. Excuse me? You were the one who cheated. You were the one who took my money away from me, and that's why I work at this trashy museum." Bakugou kind of felt sad. He knew that place since he first got there, which was like 100 years ago, but still. But true, it was trashy. "Now leave before I call the police," you yelled and walked up to the two, right next to Bakugou. "And I would rather be with him than a dirtbag like you." That's when you grabbed Bakugou's shirt and kissed him, making sure your ex could see. "Fuck you." He then left. You shut the door very loudly. "You ready for supper?" you asked in such a calmer tone. Yeah. Bakugou could not speak. I'll go make your favorite," you said as you walked to the kitchen. Can I help?" Bakugou asked. You stopped in your tracks. You looked at him. "I want to know how to cook." He spoke. Sure, you giggled. Time skip. You and Bakugou were laying in bed, just cuddling. He had learned how to cook very fast, and after that he had just wanted to sleep with you. Bakugou, I love you so much. You kissed him. He looked at you and blushed. He hugged you. Can we stay like this for some time? He asked. How about the whole night? You asked. He kissed you on the forehead. Yeah, I would like that. Putting his head next to yours. He sniffed your hair. It smelled like strawberries. It reminded him of when he first met you. Sweet. To all the children who asked you questions, the way you helped the older people finding something if they lost it, cleaning the many items in the museum. You worked so hard to get where you were now. Smiling at you, you were asleep, breathing lightly, the breath hitting his neck. Why did it make him feel like at home? Because this was his home. You were his home. No, you were his life. And he would protect you till you died, and so forth. P.S. That popcorn is still there.